All right, we're going to revolve about the x-axis and we're going to create a solid. You can see this arrow here. We're going to spin around. It's going to look like a funnel. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy and we're going to, this outside function, we're going to go from 2 over 5 to 3. Okay, so 2 over 5 to 3. And we're going to take the 2 over x, okay, and we're going to rotate it. So this guy, the radius, equals that function. So every single cross section that we take is a function of the x value. So when I plug in an x here, I will get a new radius, and I'm going to plug in a new x value for all of these infinitely many here, and I'm going to add them all up. That's what this integral represents. Okay, so that's it. So what we've got is 2 over 5 to 3. Let's square this out. We're going to get pi, and then we're going to get actually 4 pi x to the negative 2 dx equals, let's get that 4 pi out of there. And we're going to go from 2 over 5 to 3. Now we're going to add a degree. So that's negative 1. And that should be negative. And then that would give us x to the negative second. Once we had to drop the degree, it comes, okay, good. So we just took the derivative. So now we're going to do that. And we're going to go 3 and then 2 over 5. Okay, now remember 4 pi is here. And 3 is going to get thrown in there. So we're going to get a negative 1/3. Okay, and then we're going to get a negative 5 over 2. Okay, so that needs to subtract a negative, so that would become positive. Okay, so what is that? Got a 4 pi, and let's see, this would be a negative 2/6 plus 15/6. So that's going to be 13 over 6. 4 pi times 13 over 6. Okay, and then let's see, that'll be 2, that'll be 3. So it looks like we get a 26 pi over 3. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, here, you can look at it now. All right, this guy is going to get spun around, and you'll notice that it's actually, this is kind of nice. You've got this function here just subtracting 0. So that's perfect. Now what I've got is this really nice kind of radius here, 0, I'm sorry, pi squared, okay? And that's going to be 2x plus 5. So that's kind of nice. Okay, that is the function of the radius of this thing that's being spun. So the radius itself is a function. And this integral says that we're just going to add up all of those rectangles that we get as a result. So we're going to square this guy, but here's where it's a little tricky. If you notice, you actually do get a 4 pi again, and then you'll get an x plus 5. Okay, squaring the square root, he comes out, but that 2 does get squared. So we ultimately have a 4 pi out here again. We go from 1 to 7 of x plus 5 dx. Okay, so keep going here. Whoops, pi. Take the antiderivative. That's going to be 1/2 x squared plus 5x, and we are going to evaluate that at 7 and 1. Okay, and if you are careful here, you should end up with, I did this problem already, this one I did already earlier just for fun. Let me get that answer key. Where you at, answer key? Okay, what was that? That was number 12. So that means you got A. So it's going to be 216 pi. Okay, and I just, just execute carefully. All right, this guy's a little bit trickier. Remember that formula looks like this, where you've got it's the integral from a to b is actually pi, and then it's the outer ring function minus the inner ring function. Okay, dx. Okay, so you're going to do that. Oh, but you know what? You got to square these guys, because that's the got to do that. So it just means you got two functions you got to square there. So with that, I think I'm going to need some more space here. Let's do this. This is number 13 now. Okay, so to set this up, all right. To set this up, we've got pi going from 0 to 2, according to the picture. And it looks like the line actually dominates. He's the one above, so that would be a 2x plus 1 squared minus the quadratic x squared plus 1 squared. Okay, so that right there is the washer. Okay, this is called the washer method. So this is just about being careful here. Pi 0 to 2, and then we're going to square this guy, so you get a 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 1 dx. Let's make sure that we combine like terms. All right, negative, negative, negative. So we're going to get negative x to the 4th, and I'm going to scribble these out so I don't mess up here, plus 2x to the 2nd plus 4x, and those two ones actually cancel out. Okay, so that's going to be good for 0. Excuse me. And so now we're going to take the antiderivative of this guy. So we get negative 1/5 x to the 5th plus 2 over 3 x to the 3rd plus 2x to the 2nd, evaluated at 2 and 0. Okay, so pi negative 1/5, 2, and 2, minus a big old goose egg there. And let me scoot this up. Okay, so we're going to be careful here. We're going to get those fractions very carefully here. Negative, it's going to be 32 over 5 plus 8. That's going to be a 16 over 3, and that's going to be 4 times 2 is going to be 8. And that obviously would be 0, so we're going to set this over 15. All right, so 15, what is, well, you could pretend, let's see, that'd be 3, so negative 96 over 15, 5, that's 80 over 15. What's the next one? 8 over 15, 8 times 15 is 120. Okay, that's a lot easier to add up. And it looks like you get 104. So 104 pi over 15. Okay. That is 13. We got one more. I think we're just going to go for it. Just finish it off on this sheet. Okay. This video, I mean. 14. All right. This is the last problem of your high school career, huh? Should I slow down and just savor it? Savor every moment? No. Let's hurry up. It's late. Where are we going? We're going from, well, here, let's look at the picture here. Let's see. We've got the quadratic dominating the line, and we're going to rotate that. So the capital R squared is the quadratic. The lowercase r is the line. It will rotate. Okay. So we've got pi, and we have the quadratic Okay, squared. You know what? Let's just move this pi over here. Why? Minus the other one, which is going to be negative x plus 4 squared. Okay, outer ring, inner ring. You always take the outer ring, subtract the inner ring, because this guy is actually empty space, and you want to delete this empty space, okay? And the pi just comes along for the ride because these are circles. And here we go. So we're going to be careful here. Oh, where are we going from? We're going from -1 to 0. Okay, always like going from 0. Okay, let's square this guy. Got to do it carefully. This is kind of the big deal here. If you got to write it out, go ahead. I'm kind of talking to myself. I want to make sure I do this right because I don't want to have to revisit this. Positive x to the 4th, negative 12x to the 2nd, plus 36, and that is this guy squared. This is what the outer ring is. Square. Oh, no, squared. He's already squared. Minus this guy. This guy is going to be negative x plus 4, negative x plus 4. That's going to be x squared minus 8x plus 16 dx. Have we taken the derivative yet? No. Antiderivative? No. All right. So pi's on the outside. We still got to combine like terms. So we'll make this negative, positive, negative. Oh, let's see. X to the 4th will just be x to the 4th. Okay. Minus 12x squared. That looks like it's going to be a negative 13x squared. Got a positive 8x. And it looks like we got 36 plus a negative 16 plus 20. Okay, still have not taken the antiderivative. We're ready to do that now. Pi 1/5 x to the 5th minus 13 over 3 x to the 3rd plus 4x squared, evaluated at 0 and -1. Now 0 is just going to be 0. So we got pi. Okay, so there's our goose egg there. But now we're going to subtract, and we're going to do this carefully. So -1 going here is going to give us a -1 because that is an odd power. So -1/5. -1 here is going to become negative once we raise it to the 3rd power. So that will become a positive 13 over 3. And then the -1 will become positive 4 plus 4. Plus 20x. All right, that's still 0, but I missed that. Okay. Minus 20. Totally missed this guy. Okay, so with that, we're going to add these guys up. So -1/5 plus this plus 4 minus 20 is going to give us pi, and then this will become a negative, but this is going to be ending up being negative 178 over 15. So double negative here will give us 178 pi over 15. And that is our final answer. Pretty difficult.